Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. They're in the gate. And they're off in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. McKenzie comes out running. So does War of Will, who takes the lead and will try to cross over. Odale is up close, so is Seeking the Soul on the inside. Now Mongolian Groom joins the fray, and Mongolian Groom puts his head in front. Vino Russo is prominent in the early stages. The mare Elate is racing 3 off the rail and approximately 4 lengths off the lead. Higher Power is just outside of her. 2.5 more to Code of Honor, who's on the outside of Yoshida, and Math Wizard is at the back of the field. War of Will set the pace, and he opens up 2 lengths. McKenzie a joint second inside of Mongolian Groom. They're followed by Seeking the Soul, who's down at the rail. Owendale between rivals. Vino Russo is 3 wide, 5 lengths off the lead. Higher Power is next, followed by Elate. Yoshida having to steady ever so slightly, and he is now about 10 lengths or so off the pace. Elate is 2.5 lengths in front of him, and so is Code of Honor. Another 3 back to Math Wizard, who trails. Less than 5/8 of a mile to go in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic, and it's Tyler Gaffleone and War of Will dictating the terms. McKenzie is in second, just in front of Mongolian Groom. Now it's 4 more lengths back to Vino Russo as they pass the half-mile pole. Higher Power is next. He's on the outside of Owendale, who's asked for a bit more. At the rails, Seeking the Soul. Code of Honor is starting to run now. He's looking for a seam and finding it in between horses as War of Will has now lost the lead. Yoshida is at the back of the field, more than a dozen off the pace. Elate is dropping out of it, and then Math Wizard as McKenzie has taken the lead at the top of the stretch. And Vino Russo is coming to challenge. Mongolian Groom is third, then Higher Power and War of Will. They're at the top of the stretch. Joel Rosario has done his job. It's up to McKenzie, and Vino Russo is right to him on the outside. Vino Russo has taken the lead, and he powers away under Irad Ortiz Jr. Vino Russo, like father, like son, the son of Carlin, romps in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. McKenzie was clearly second best. Then it was Higher Power, and a belated rally came from the lane in front of Math Wizard.
That is how you find redemption following a DQ in the Grade 1 Jockey Club Gold Cup. You come right back in the Breeders' Cup Classic with $6 million on the line and lay it down like that. The Keeneland graduate by Curlin, leaving no doubt who was best here today, and it was Vino Russo.
He had a perfect trip. He did this race, too, didn't he? But he got that trip. You know, obviously, he won by a bigger margin than he did when he won the Gold Cup by 3 parts of a length at Santa Anita back on the 27th of May. But he got the same trip. He sat fourth. He pounced. Nobody else from behind was doing anything. And goes off at 9-2. Wins by 3 lengths in the end. Irad Ortiz, Todd Fletcher, well done.
McKenzie had a weird trip because at one point it looked like Joel Rosario would try to sneak up on the inside of War of Will, and then Tyler shut that
Steady
off.
off of his heels.
He had to come around, make the first move into the pace that collapsed. All considering that, McKenzie did run a heck of a race today.
And you talk about pedigrees, Scotty. Vino Russo by Curlin, who won the Classic in the slop at Monmouth Park back in 2006.
Out of a street cry mare, the same stallion that produced the great Zenyatta 10 years ago. And how about John and Tanya Gunther, champion breeders of 2018, Vino Russo, part of that, but it was led by Justify, led by Without Parole, who had such a great year, picking up that win last year at Royal Ascot, and this horse that they bred taking the Classic here today.
I mean, and Mike Rapoli has great Breeders' Cup parties when his horses don't run well. I mean, this one tonight is going to be it's going to be Uncle Mo Part 2.
And he's always been right there. The thing about this horse, he just needed the right trip. I mentioned this going back to the gate break, guys. Code of Honor hit the gate. He kind of made a right-hand turn, hit the gate, and he found himself so far off of the pace. I don't think he really wanted to see himself in that position. Talking about, obviously, the competitors coming out of the Jockey Club Gold Cup, but Vino Russo, great ride by Irad Ortiz, great performance.
Just finding out that Mongolian Groom did pull up at the top of the stretch and is being attended to, and we will get an update as soon as we possibly can once the Breeders' Cup issues a statement. So we'll keep you up to date on Mongolian Groom and his situation following his run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. But look there as Irad Ortiz Jr. closes out the day with the late double, turf to the classic, as the Keeneland grad Vino Russo tops this $6 million group, and Vino Russo a $410,000 yearling purchase at the Keeneland September sale in 2016. He has made much more than that over the course of his now 15-race career. And cheers to the breeders. Thanks to our friends at Three Chimneys. John Gunther, winning breeder, champion breeder of 2018. Just keep on racking them up. John Gunther, such a classy individual. He and his daughter Tanya do a wonderful job as they bred Vino Russo, as we cheer the breeders thanks to our friends at Three Chimneys Farm.
You know, I think we've learned that McKenzie, he's a super racehorse. He's a borderline great horse at 9 furlongs. He's so good that he can finish second in the Breeders' Cup Classic at a distance that he really isn't even close to his best. So, you know, a great performance from McKenzie in defeat. And he was a clear-cut second in this race. Scott, I think the two of us were both a little surprised. Higher Power runs a really good third for John Sadler, but I was a little surprised that Flavian Pratt had him so far back early on this race. I thought he might be close to the lead. He was probably 5th or 6th at first call.
This race has gone official 10-8, 7-6-1. Math Wizard rounding out the Superfecta. And we've talked about storylines and looking back at